Toolbox Talks, Hearing Protection. What is hearing protection? Hearing protection is a device that will protect your ears from sound and decreases the intensity of sound that reaches the eardrum. The objective of this hearing protection video is to make sure we don't take our ability to hear for granted. And remember that if you are not careful, you can lose your hearing. If you are exposed to very loud noise or moderately loud noise for an extended period, you must take some hearing protection precautions. The best practices approach to hearing protection requires us to wear hearing protection when noise exposure is at or above an 8-hour average of 85 decibels, when there is intermittent exposure to loud noises, and when engineering or work practice controls don't eliminate the excessive exposure to loud noises. A common rule of thumb when deciding when to wear hearing protection is if you have to raise your voice to talk to someone. It typically means you are in an area where the noise level is at or above 85 decibels and you should be wearing hearing protection. Some common ways that noise exposure can be reduced or eliminated through engineering and work practice controls are a periodic rotation of workers to less noisy areas, adding or replacing mufflers on motorized or pneumatic equipment, following equipment maintenance procedures to keep bearings and other moving parts lubricated, isolating loud equipment such as compressors and generators away from work areas, replacing older, noisier equipment with newer, quieter models, and installing sound-absorbing materials on walls and ceilings. Some common types of hearing protection include foam plugs. These are disposable and typically inexpensive to provide. They have good noise reduction ability, but they must be worn correctly to ensure maximum hearing protection. Another common type of hearing protection is reusable plugs. These provide similar protection to foam plugs. They are made out of PVC or polymer blend, and these are good for people that are allergic or sensitive to foam plugs. Another common type of hearing protection is canal caps. These are designed to fit into the outer ear. They are typically held in place by a headband, and these are typically used in situations where protection must be removed frequently. Our last type of common hearing protection is earmuffs. These come in a wide range of noise reduction levels. They're flexible to meet job requirement needs when someone is working in multiple work areas that have different noise decibels. And these are generally more comfortable to wear than plugs or canal caps. While following the Wausau Supply Company program requirements for hearing protection, we must understand that the company shall provide the needed hearing protection for our job requirements. We must wear hearing protection properly in the areas designated as hearing protection required. In areas designated as a double hearing protection requirement area, we must wear earmuffs in addition to ear plugs. And we must know that only company-provided hearing protection will be worn unless specific exceptions are made and approved by the Safety and Environmental Department. A Wausau Supply PPE program warning. All areas of hazardous noise levels may not be labeled as hearing protection required, but may be time and task dependent. If ambient noise levels are above normal conversation volume, hearing protection must be worn in the area or for the duration of the high noise task. So in review, what is the general rule of thumb if you are unsure if hearing protection should be worn? If you have to raise your voice to talk to someone, It typically means you are in an area where the noise level is at or above 85 decibels, and you should be wearing hearing protection. True or false? Only company-provided hearing protection may be worn at Wausau Supply. True. However, exceptions may be made when approved by the Safety and Environmental Department. Some hearing safety numbers to think about. Each year, about 22 million U.S. workers are exposed to hazardous noise levels at work. Over 30 million U.S. workers are exposed to chemicals, some of which are harmful to the ear and hazardous to hearing. In addition to damaging workers' quality of life, occupational hearing loss carries a high economic price to society. Remember that many potential ear injuries or hearing loss situations can be prevented by taking the appropriate precautions and making sure we are wearing the appropriate protection.